Yo, what's going on, y'all boys? You already know what time it is, man. You already know we back again with another reaction. By the title, man, it's a pretty crazy video. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all read it's 12 and pregnant story time. Yeah, I didn't even really know that girls can get pregnant at 12, but it makes sense though, because girls mature a lot faster than men. But I just be thinking like, bro, honestly, at 12 years old, I was probably on this type of time too. I was probably on this type of time too. I ain't gonna lie. I about was. I was trying to get it in. You know, I mean, a lot of my people though, like, bro, elementary school, like, well, I had to been 12 years old. I was probably like in 5th grade. Yeah, I've had to been trying to get it in since I was like in 1st and kindergarten. You know, so I mean, hey, I'm glad I ain't do nothing, because I probably would have been in this mug. I mean, I had a kid at freaking 8 or something, but I don't know. As kids, you know how your mind be thinking, man. You know, you don't be thinking about kids or all this other stuff. You just know the birds and the bees. That's it. By the title of this video, this mug says 12 and pregnant story time. This is my first time reacting to it. I think it's more than one part, but we're finna do a reaction to part 1 or the first video. Enough of that talking, man. Make sure if y'all enjoyed the video, man, y'all smash the like button, comment, and subscribe for your boy. And remember, if you subscribe, you have to turn on notifications to get notified when I post another video. If you have not notified, then it does not count. The subscribe does not count. You might as well unsubscribe, my boy. But let's get it. Make sure the volume up.
Okay, y'all, this is story time on how I ended up pregnant and a mother at 12. So my mom sent us to South Carolina for the summer, which we actually ended up staying long.
She's talking real fast right now. So my mom sent us to South Carolina
for the summer, which we actually ended up staying longer. And my aunt was introducing me to everybody, like her in-laws.
Dang!
One of her in-laws is like...
All right, just to say something, bruh. I got a gap, but her gap different. You know?
17. I want to say he was like 16 at the time.
Dang!
He caught my attention at the time.
You're 12 getting your attention caught by a 17-year-old is crazy.
Hanging around people that was older than me. I did not look like I was 11.
And he's crazy. 11.
So my aunt was
hold on, wait. Okay, I'm pausing the video too much, and I shouldn't be pausing the video a lot right now, but it's just too much information at once. She just said that she was off at whatever, she was at summer camp or mom sent off or something. She was 11, and this 17 or 16-year-old guy caught her eye. You know, and I'm guessing by the looks of it that the 17 or 16-year-old went down on the 11-year-old, which is crazy. And now I forgot what she just said, but this whole situation is just crazy right now.
When we came down here for the summer, and mind you, I have one older brother and 2 younger brothers, and everybody's older than me, and I grew up with nothing but boys and some girl. My older cousin, she was about 17, 18 at the time. She told me that I need to be in a child's place and stay away from teen boy. I didn't think nothing of it, so I was hanging around with everybody. But again, y'all, this one boy caught my attention. He was, at the time, I thought this boy was fine, bad to the bone. I'm running out of time, like, okay, y'all, part 2. So after my aunt finished introducing us, they told us all to go play outside. I'm a tomboy, again, I grew up with nothing but boys, so at the end of the day, I was playing outside with them. Then we started playing hide and go get it.
Hide and go get it. I ain't never played that before. I played like catch a girl, get a girl, but hide and go get it. What's that? Never played that before. That's something new.
That was, okay, I did not know.
Okay.
So we playing hide and go get it, and I just so end up happened to be with him. So he's helping me through the neighborhood while we're playing, because it was a big ass neighborhood. And then we ended up back in my aunt's house. Now this is the part when we start talking to each other and asking like actual questions, like how old we were and all of them. Now we started going over our ages. I told everybody that I was 10 turning 11. So it's not like people did not know how old I was. But again, y'all, I told y'all I did not look my age. I look.
What is going on? Like, I could have sworn she's subtracting and count now. The title is 12 and pregnant. Now she talking about she was 11 when she seen the guy. Now she talking about some age. She told everybody she was 10. Like, what's your time span is all over the place right now.
Looked older. And then he was just telling me how pretty I was, how cute I am, this, that, and the third. I was fine, this, that, and the third. And me being 10, I did not know exactly what that meant.
Girl, you know what I mean. You playing catch a girl, get a girl, hide, catch, and seek me and kiss me, whatever it's called. You know what you playing. I don't know. Let me shut up. These ads. Hey, you cannot skip ads, but she gotta get paid. Oh, she got double ads. All right, let's go on.
Okay, y'all, I am running out of time. I'm at part 3. So now we're talking about how pretty I am or whatever the case may be. And now at this moment, we're hanging out even more. I'm hanging around them even more because my mother done lied about us being in South Carolina only for the summer. It ended up being for the damn school year. So now here I am entering the 5th grade. Just started my period and all. My mother talking to me, letting me know about period, being pregnant, boys, all this stuff like that. So I'm just listening to my mom like, nope, I'm not getting pregnant. I'm not having sex. I'm not doing none of that. Can't nobody talk me into doing that, okay? But again, y'all, I liked this boy so fucking bad. So here I am hanging around them now all the time because now I live in South Carolina and I'm going to school.
It kind of sounds like, mom, you know, anybody that's gonna feel the way about this, but it kind of do feel like that she kind of like lying, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that she did know what fine and all that was because one, from the beginning, the title already is lying, 12 and pregnant. I mean, I'm not saying it's a line, but she started off saying that the guy was 17. Well, he was 16. I was 12. No, I was 11. Then you saying, okay, I'm 10. And now you saying, I mean, what'd she just say?
So here I am hanging around them now.
Oh yeah, now she's saying like they knew what age she was and she went on none of that. Now she's saying like, Bean, I like this guy. I really thought he was handsome. I liked him. I was feeling this way. Like, I don't know.
All the time. Because now I live in South Carolina and I'm going to school in South Carolina and I'm seeing him all the time.
Yeah.
Going to football games, basketball games, everything.
She had to be up to something in her
head.
head.
This is the night that it happened. So he had a football game. And of course, because in my head that was my man, I went to the football game. And let me tell y'all something real quick. Public service a fucking announcement. This man was claimed to be my man because we were already together. Okay, y'all before. So this is the night that it happened where I actually lost my virginity. So after the football game, they came down to my aunt's house because at the time we stayed with my aunt, and nobody was home. Nobody was home at all. So since nobody was home, of course, a nigga gonna sweet talk you out to draw. And again, I'm 11. So
what age was you?
We've already been kissing and whatever the case may be. So now we're kissing and touching and whatever the case may be. And now it's time to do the do. Of course, me being me, I was scared as fuck, but I'm like, at the end of the day, I like this boy. And I was told by the boy, if you love me, you will do. The worst mistake I ever did, okay? So now he said that, and I'm like, damn, I love this boy, so let me go ahead and do it. So we ended up doing it. This was the first time ever that I did the nasty. No protection, no none of that. So we did use protection, and you know, in my head, I'm like, if I'm on my period, I can't get pregnant, and that's what it was. So now at this point, we're having sex. Okay, y'all, part 5. So now at this moment, I'm having sex with this person constantly because in my mind, this is my man. So now fast forward to November, I'm getting thick. And y'all, when I say I'm getting thick, like my boobs are growing bigger than what it is, my butt is growing bigger than what it is, and I already have an ass. So now he's looking at me, he's like, what we gonna do with that? I'm like, what do you mean? So I started noticing I'm sleeping more when I get home from school. Like I'll do my homework and I'll go straight to sleep. And my mama started to notice something was wrong. So yeah, I had a little pudge or whatever kiss may be, which I'm not known to have a pudge. So my mom looked at me, she was like, something ain't right, let me check you. So my mama laid me on the bed and checked me down there, literally. And I'm just like, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you checking me? What's going on? So this is a constant thing. We're having sex, I'm being sleepy, my mama checking me, whatever the case may be. So now we get to my birthday, which is in January. Okay, y'all, I'll post part 6 in the morning. Y'all ready for part 6? Okay, y'all, so now...
She got so many different parts.
My mom, me and my mom got the same birthday, and we took a picture together. My mom sent a picture to my aunt in New York. My aunt in New York was like, something don't look right. Kiara's getting bigger, and I'm never beat. So then my aunt in New York was like, y'all need to go get Kiara checked. She look pregnant, and if y'all don't get her checked, I'm calling DSS. So... that was the 7th of January. Fast forward to the 27th. My mother called me off the bus on the 27th, my full government name in front of everybody in front of the neighborhood. And I'm like, what's going on?
Off the bus?
Like, you embarrassing, what's going on? She took me to the hospital. And she was like, we're going to get this test done so that way we can prove everybody wrong. A few hours go by. The doctor said, Mom, good news is she ain't got no STD. Bad news is your daughter's pregnant.
Woo! I ain't. Just imagine you in this situation and you go take your daughter at 12 years old. At 12, at the time, I mean, I really didn't know what age she was because she keeps saying she like 10, 11, and 12, but she said she was 12. And just imagine if this is your daughter and you taking them to go to the hospital and they say that she's pregnant. It's crazy.
So now my mom
crazy.
Flipping shit. She calls my dad to let him know that I am pregnant. Of course, he's crying and doing the most, as he should as a father. But then now my mother's asking me, who is it? Who are you sleeping with? Who is the father? I try to keep it in as long as possible. Then I just broke down and started crying even harder and told her who it was. So then we
How old was the dude?
to his house where him and his parents live. And my mother's telling his mother and his father, like, listen, your son got my daughter pregnant. And he burst out in tears. His mama almost threw him out the window. My mother ended up calling my aunt down here. And because my aunt was pregnant as a teen, she flipped.
Man, how old was the dude? How old was the dude?
Me up. And my family's like, why did you do it? Why did you have sex? And I'm like, because I wanted to try it. Everybody else was doing it. I had to itch. That's what I said.
Yeah.
I'm running out of time. Part 8 coming. I told you I was coming back with part 8. So after everybody found out that I was having sex with him, and now that's gonna be my baby daddy, my mama was like, hell no, she ain't having this damn baby. His family was like that too. So my mom was like, we gonna need to do what we have to do so that way we can go ahead and get her this abortion. So everybody know January, end of January, tax time comes, right? So my mom was waiting on her paperwork to come in and she went to go file her tax. So my mama took me to doctor's care, if anybody know what that is, just to see how far along I was. Doctor care took blood and it was like, okay, she's only 3.5 to 4 weeks pregnant. Okay, cool. But now my mama text didn't come in on time, so now we have to wait 2 more weeks. Wait
a minute. Hold on. What'd she say?
Took blood and it was like, okay, she's only 3.5 to 4 weeks pregnant.
I hope she meant 3.5 to 4 months pregnant, because 3.5 to 4 weeks pregnant and you showing, like, I don't know. I mean, she was 12 at the time, so I'm pretty sure they can tell within like a month of you being pregnant. I don't know. I'm not sure, but 3.5 to y'all. I mean, women out there, y'all know how this works. I'm not sure, but like 3.5 to 4 weeks of being pregnant, can you tell that you're pregnant? Because they said, she was like, oh, I was getting chubby and we was doing this and I was getting big. Like, you was getting big with 3 to 4 weeks. I mean, I'm not sure how that works. I'm not sure. But I mean, she was 12 at the time, so I'm pretty sure it's a lot different. Or I don't know. Hopefully she telling the truth. I mean, y'all let me know down below how this works. Because I mean, I ain't never had no kid or nothing like that. So, you know, I'm a guy, you know, so enlighten me.
Okay, cool. But now my mama taxes didn't come in on time, so now we have to wait 2 more weeks. So that would make me 6 weeks. So we're waiting on, you know, her taxes to come in, and then they finally came in. Okay, I'm running out of time, y'all. Okay, part 9. So her taxes finally came in, and I did not go to school. So she told me we was going to Georgia, and I'm like, okay, why are we going to Georgia? She was like, so you can have the abortion. So in my head, I'm like, why?
Okay, so I'm guessing that they went out to Georgia because it wasn't like, I guess the clinic was out there in Georgia or whatever. I mean, I'm not sure, but that's pretty crazy to know that she's 3 to 4 weeks or months.
South Carolina, and she was just like, you know, certain amount of weeks you have to do it out of state. So
okay,
now,
yeah, that's basically what it was.
His mama, his daddy, his aunt, and my mama going to Georgia. So we cruising in Georgia, and now we get to the abortion clinic. So the lady is like, you know, how are you doing? How many weeks are you? Now at this time I'm 6 weeks. 6 weeks. So now, you know, we're going over everything and she's talking to me about how the process works. So she lays me on a table and my mother is standing beside. So the girl lays me on the table and she has the vaginal ultrasound. So she goes to stick the vaginal ultrasound inside of me.
I don't even know what that is.
And then once she stuck the vaginal ultrasound inside of me, okay, y'all, part 10.
What is a vaginal ultrasound? Like, I probably got to look that up in the video.
So now she's sticking the vaginal ultrasound inside of me. And of course I'm hurting. So she takes it out and she was like, I know it feels uncomfortable. We're going to do a different way. So now she gets the other ultrasound. You know, if you ever been pregnant, they put it on your stomach. So she goes to put it on my stomach and she like pressing hard down too, trying to, you know, measure the baby, see, like hear the heart beating on. Then she goes and said, uh-oh. And I was like, uh-oh, what? She was like, nothing, Mom. I'm going to go ahead and double check before I tell you anything. So she get the double checking and she getting writing stuff down. And I'm looking at her and I'm looking at my mom. My mom looking at me and, you know, we looking at each other. She was like, Mom, she's not gonna be able to get this abortion. And my mom was like, well, why the hell not? She said, because your daughter is 5.5 months pregnant.
That's what, okay. I knew I wasn't tripping. That's what I was saying. Like, I knew I wasn't tripping because it sounded like what she was saying, it wasn't making sense at first. So it makes sense that she was 5.5 months pregnant and they was able to see the changes of her body. I didn't. When she was talking about some 3 to 4 weeks, and like, I guess she was talking about some 3 to 4 weeks, and when she found out till she was pregnant, then it took an additional 2 weeks to get the stuff situated, then go to the clinic. But yeah, that's why I was like, I know I wasn't tripping because it just was not making sense at first.
Oh hell, part of it. So now my mom is hella pissed, and I'm boo crying. Then I get up, fix myself and go out the room. My mom's coming behind. Then his dad sees me storming out the building and he comes and hugs me. And I just start crying even harder. And he was like, what happened? You don't want to tell me right now? And I'm just shaking my head like, no, I'll tell you later. I don't want to talk about it. So now we have to drive back to Columbia. And we get back to Columbia, but instead of them dropping us off home, they took us to their house. And they're like, well, we need to figure out what we're going to do with the baby. And I'm just crying. I kept saying, I don't want the baby. I'm too young. I don't want a baby right now. Then they asked him what he think. He's looking at me like, I want to keep my baby. I got to come back for part 12. I swear. Part 12. So now that we are at the house and discussing everything that's going on with the baby, I decided to tell them I'd rather give my baby up for adoption. I don't want her to be around my mom, who's an alcoholic. And once I mentioned the reasons why, he was just like, no, I'm going to be there for my baby. I'm going to take care of my baby.
Yeah, I understand that. Okay, I understand that. I mean, hey, gotta respect that. Gotta respect that. Respect him, man, for real.
At the end of the day,
gotta respect
this is about me. This is not about you. I don't want my baby in a family. No.
It's true.
Nowhere around here, no.
It's true.
So now he's basically trying to plead his case. Him and his people trying to plead his case about why I should keep the baby. So my mother was like, at the end of the day, I already tried to make her have an abortion. I'm going to leave this up to her. So my mother was like, we can go home. You can think about it because I don't want this stressing you out. So we left and I went home and I just cried my eyes out.
Yeah, she really don't have any options right now because she's 12.
But yeah, here's part 13. So now, of course, I've been thinking about it. It's been several months I've been thinking. My due date is May 17th. So I'm like, at this moment, I got to make a decision for real, for real. So, me and him conversating on the phone on what we
12-year-old. This must be in the 5th grade pregnant.
We wanted the name Raven. And I was just like, okay. But ultimately, it's still my decision since I'm the mother. And then me being in love with him, in my head, I was like, damn, if I do keep this baby, me and him can be together. We can raise this baby together, whatever the case may be. Then my father got involved. And I'm the only girl. And when I tell you the definition of a daddy's girl, that was me. My father was not playing none of that. My father was like, you're not going to impregnate my daughter. She's only 12. And now you're talking about you want to raise a baby with her? All I know is my dad hired a private investigator. And it went downhill from there. Okay, y'all. So part 14. So like I said, my dad hired a private investigator. And at this point, I'm being homeschooled. So that was, the second semester of my 6th grade year? So the private investigator comes to my house and introducing himself. And he lets me know, like, yeah, I spoke with your father in New York, and he told me about the situation. Now he's wanting me to elaborate. Now the private investigator is telling me how it all works, or whatever the case may be. Then he goes and showed me pictures. And now the pictures he showed me was of my daughter's dad and some other boys, and even his brother. So now the private investigator is like, okay, so your dad told me the situation. I need you to let me know which one of these are the people that you slept with. And I'm like, and if I tell you, is he going to get in trouble? He was like, no, he's not going to get in trouble, but you should still tell the truth. I was hesitant, but I was like, it's the private investigator. So I picked his picture to let him know. Part 15. So the private investigator took the notes down and then left my house. I want to say it was like a week or two later. My mother gets a call from his parents, I want to say, saying that police just went to the school and they arrested him. So now here I am, again, in love with this boy.
It's too much going on, man. That's way too much going on. One, you having a baby, like he had to be in a what, like 18. He must have got locked up for that. But it just sad to know, like, man, she already pregnant at 12 or 13, whatever she going on. She keeps saying different ages, but now her baby father is locked up. Like,
he done messed up my chances of being with him. It was a lot. And then my mother was like, okay, I need to call your father so we can see what's the plan. So now the private investigator is, you know, talking to my mom, talking to me, and talking to my dad. And they let us know, like, okay, you know, we did arrest him. And I want to say he was like in 10th or 11th grade. And this whole time, we're still in communication with the PI. And did I mention it had to be like a few weeks before my due date, part 16.
Stressing her out.
So now here he is arrested. And of course, I'm pregnant as hell. And prior to this, my mother had conversated with my dad. Y'all, when I tell y'all this, please don't go in. I did not want him to be in jail. My mother also did not want him to be in jail. My mother was like, at the end of the day, you know, he was 16 turning 17 when we were sexually active. But he was already 17 when we found that I was pregnant. And she was like, he cannot do nothing for his child behind bars, so why are we locking him up? And then because he was 17, my mother was like, he's also a child. She did not agree with what he did. But
fathers don't care.
Out his child's life was not sitting well with her. So again, a few weeks before I gave birth, my mother did help him with posting money to his bill. Now, he may say otherwise, but my mother did help. And then, of course, y'all, he got out. And now it's getting close to part 17. So now he gets out of jail. And when he gets out of jail, it's about the time for me to go into labor. So now I'm in labor. And it's his aunt, my mom, and then one of my friend's mom was there. My friend's mom didn't stay, but it was just my mom and his aunt. So now it's time to push. My mom's holding my leg on one side, his aunt's holding my leg on the other side. So I done pushed my baby out after being snipped down there because I was too small. And then of course my mother cut the umbilical cord. Now y'all, remember I said he went to jail. His charges were criminal sexual conduct with minors, 2nd degree. Being though that my father pressed charges on him, we could not be in the same room, we could not see each other. So while I was delivering my baby, he was not there.
Sad,
but he
man.
did come up to the hospital after I gave birth. Again, we could not see each other, so they had to close the curtain. Now, here's the part where I made the decision to keep my baby. Because, of course, I didn't talk about 18. So after he comes to the hospital and he sees my baby, I decided to keep my baby. Now, I didn't decide to keep my baby because he was there. I had decided to keep my baby while I was pushing and my mom cut the umbilical cord and they put my baby on me. I just couldn't fathom the thought of me carrying a child for 9 months and then giving her up for adoption
That's
after
right.
I gave her
Yeah,
life.
that's right.
And of course, I was just so emotional. So I told my mom, I said, Mom, I can't do it. I want to keep my baby. She was like, that's a hard pill to swallow, but it was my decision because I'm the mother. So now it comes to the part where we're naming the baby. Again, he wasn't there. He had to leave because we couldn't see each other, and his peoples wasn't there after that. It was just me and my mom. But his people wanted to know if I was giving my child their last name. I was thinking, for what? What do I need to give her y'all last name for? So I told my mom to tell them she's not getting their last name and she was getting my last name. And again, I'm 12. Y'all, this is part 19. 12. So like I said, I did not give my child their last name. So I came up with my baby's name. I named her myself. I gave her my maiden name and all. I wasn't no stupid little girl now. About my baby, no. She not just about to have her dad's last name just because you done helped me made her. Now, like, you got to show me why she needs your last name. Remember earlier when I was like, he wanted me to keep her? So now she's kept. So now, you know, it's a few days in the hospital. They calling up, they're trying to check on her or whatever the case may be. We tell them she's doing fine. And then, of course, a few days go by and then they discharge me. So now here I am, just gave birth, 12 years old, recovering because I got stitches down there. And now his family and everybody want to come down to my house to see the baby. Of course, me being me, I didn't have no problems because I'm like, that's her side of the family too. So, of course, they can come see her. Y'all, this is crazy.
Okay, well, I'm guessing that's part 1. The whole situation is just complete crazy right now. Like her dad pressing charges because they figured out the age. I mean, I understand where the father coming from because I ain't gonna lie. If I was a father at the time, I'm not sure what I would do. And I'm pretty sure he did that to save himself as well, because I'm pretty sure he wanted to take it another route, you know, especially about being a father. You find out that your 12-year-old daughter is pregnant by a guy who's 16. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you think about that. Like, I mean, when he 26, she gonna be like 22. So I mean, in the long run, they not gonna look as bad, but like, you know, like just at that moment, like that's not no good time and an age. And I just, you know, the whole situation period is just crazy. Like, to find out that she's 12 and pregnant, they had to go through all that while she was pregnant. You know, like at 12, you know, they already say it's not good to have a lot of stress on your body while you're pregnant in the first place, but not to mention that she's already 12. Like, she's what, in 5th grade, 6th grade pregnant. You know, imagine the people that's in school laughing, taking pictures of her. Like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, she had to see her baby daddy go to jail right before she had to go into labor. And then not only did she go into labor, she had complications and problems with, you know, the families between, you know, last names and all that stuff, man. But I mean, I'm guessing they have another part. You know, I seemed like she had the kid. I would love to see what the kid looked like. I'm gonna try to follow up with this story and most likely do a part 2. If y'all want to see a reaction to part 2 of this, I'm pretty sure they have a part 2. I'm gonna try to find the kid and see how her family doing or something like that. Y'all want to see that, just drop a comment down below. Like this video. Let's get the video to at least like 10,000 likes, and make sure to subscribe and turn on the post notifications to be notified when I post another video, man. We out. Ski.